And I played a friend of mine who's disappeared. If anybody knows where rapper, podcaster, TV, reality show star Joe Budden is, please let him know. I have been reaching out to him since Sunday, just trying to check in with Joe Budden. His fucking team was set on paper, but these fucking fantasy football games, just like real football, they're not won on paper. They're won on that fucking field. And Joe Budden, in my money league, he was favored by 20-something points. But my guys were like, oh, no, Joe. Fuck no, Joe. And we had what we call a fantasy football freak-off. Oh, yeah. We had a nice fantasy football freak-off. Boom, have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is here. Biggity boom. Have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is here. It's the morning of November 5th, 2024. It's election day. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, but I'm going to get your mind real nice. I'm going to get your mind real proper. I'm going to get you off to a good start because it is election day. Plus, I beat the shit out of rapper, podcaster, friend Joe Budden in my fantasy football league, and he's MIA. Where the fuck is Joe Budden? Where the fuck is Joe Budden? All that and more on a high-flying election day I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast coming right now. Miles Jordan, a.k.a. the Bleach Brothers, a.k.a. the Dust Brothers. Stiggity, start this puppy off with something real nice. Start this puppy off with something real loud, but most importantly, start this puppy off with something real funky. It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Stiggity, let's go, baby. Boom, have no fear. Biggity boom, have no fear. And when I say it, I mean it. Have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is in the place to be. Welcome to the Iron Dome of Disruption. Welcome to the Ziggity Zone of Disruption. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Inflamed Ashkenazi, a.k.a. the Sultan of Sniff, a.k.a. the Raging Bullshitter. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I'll say it again. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's feeling safe. Hope everybody is feeling sane. I am trying to start this podcast off in a calm way. I want everybody to just breathe. I want everybody to breathe in and breathe out. Ah, you fuck. Breathe in. Ah, breathe out, you motherfucker, you. You gotta breathe. You gotta meditate. You gotta stretch. You gotta keep all your extremities moving and grooving, because it is here. It is here. Election Day 24 is here. We've talked about it. We have cried about it. We have thought about it. We have screamed about it. We have argued about it. We have done every single thing about it, but it's here. This I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is taking place on the early hours of November 5th, 2024, a monumental, historical day. As of the recording of this I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, people are voting, people are praying, people are betting, people are doing it all on behalf of election 2024. I want you motherfuckers to know this, and I want you motherfuckers to trust this. And I mean this sincerely. Whatever happens, you are going to be okay. Whatever happens with this election, we are going to be okay. It's just a day. If Pig Dick Donald Trump wins, everything's going to be okay. If Pig Dick Jill Stein wins, we know Pig Dick Jill Stein isn't going to win. Everything is going to be okay. If Pig Dick Kamala Harris wins, everything is going to be okay. There is so much fucking fear mongering. There is so much fear tactics. We, you, us, the collective we are the world. We are the fucking children. So let's start living. We are going to be okay. Of course, I just sang the Quincy Jones produced iconic song, We Are the World. The great Quincy Jones has passed away. The iconic Quincy Jones. What a life Quincy Jones had. What a contribution to society Quincy Jones had. Producer, songwriter, composer, arranger, true blue icon, born in 1933, the same year that my father was born. My father, Disco Dave Rapaport, and Quincy Jones, who produced, so many incredible songs for so many years. Probably most famous, well, not probably, definitely most famous for producing Michael Jackson, the best of Michael Jackson, in my opinion. The Thriller, the Off the Wall records, two monumental popular culture, fucking game-changing records. He produced for Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra. Quincy Jones touched every single thing regarding music, and just his influence that he had on music is just incredible. And what can I say? 91 years old. Quincy Jones has passed away. Ray Charles, he produced fucking the Brothers Johnson, Shaka Khan. He did it all. I don't think it's gonna, everything. And he produced We Are the World, and he produced Frank Sinatra's Fly Me to the Moon. In the Heat of the Night, Dizzy Gillespie, everything. So R.I.P. The legacy and the body of work will never go anywhere to the incredible, monumental Quincy Jones, who just he put his fingerprints, his handprints, his footprints all over so many things, and influenced and inspired, and gave so many just great bangers of all different genre of music for so long. So rest in peace to the incredible, monumental Quincy Jones.
I Am Rapaport Podcast.
Quincy Jones obviously will not be around to see how this election turns out. As I said at the top of the broadcast, I'm recording this in the early hours of November 5th, 2024. And, shit. I guess there's nothing more to talk about until the ballots are in. And I am just really hoping that if Dick Stain Donald Trump wins, there is a peaceful transfer of power. I am hoping if kooky Kamala Harris wins, there is a peaceful transfer of power. Nobody needs any fucking riots, any looting, any burning, anything. You want to scream? Knock yourself out. You want to cry? Go ahead. But I need that fucking National Guard. I need the police. I need everybody out there to keep things under control. I don't need any bullshit. Personally, I don't need any bullshit. And come rain, come shine, come snow, I am going to be in Indianapolis on Thursday, performing in Indianapolis on Thursday. I am going to be performing Friday night in Chicago. I'm knocking on wood. You don't hear it, but I'm knocking on wood. And I'll be performing in Boston, November 21st. I'll be performing in Ridgefield, Connecticut, November 22nd. I'll be performing in Toronto, November 23rd. I will be performing in LA, December 6th. All those shows, all tickets, all information is available at michaelrapaportcomedy.com. michaelrapaportcomedy.com. Am I coming to your city? Am I coming to your fucking city? Come see me live. Tickets are available at michaelrapaportcomedy.com. That entire schedule is also there. And then next week, we got the fake Paul Iron Mike Tyson fight in Dallas. And there is a chance that I will be in Dallas, and there is a chance that I'll be going to that fight. But I've been sniffing around for tickets. I'm not going to a fucking fake Paul fight unless I am sitting within the first 5 rows. I've gotten like, oh, we got you seats, but I don't want to hear no but. Oh, we got tickets for you, but no, fuck all that goofy shit. Fuck all that goofy shit. If I'm going to see Mike Tyson at 58 years old fighting in Jerry's World in Dallas versus a YouTube guy, I need to be within 5 rows. I need to be able to see, hear, and experience the entire. Otherwise, I'll watch the shit on Netflix. The fuck you think this is? They're acting like this is Ali Frazier or some goofy shit like that. Like, I know you're trying to make money and all that, but yo, fuck all that. Fuck all that goofy shit. I need to be close to the action. So there's a chance I might be there for that. There's a chance I might just be watching that shit like everybody else on Netflix. Because I ain't sitting in row 20 for no fucking Jake Paul fight. Get the fuck out of here. This ain't Ali Frazier. This ain't Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. This ain't none of that shit. I need to be a ringside, period. End of story. And I really need Mike Tyson. I'm really hoping this works out. God forbid I go to that fight and something doesn't happen the way it's supposed to happen. God forbid I go to that fight in Dallas and somehow, some way, it doesn't work out the way it's supposed to work out. That would be horrific. And when I mean work out the way it's supposed to work out, I mean Mike Tyson knocking the shit out of this fucking guy once and for all. And some inside boxing, inside scoop people I know, they're like, it's fixed. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's fixed? Is it fixed? Am I stupid? Am I dumb? I'm asking you guys, is it fixed? Are these fights fixed? Like actually fixed? Like there's a script? There's a plan? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're fixed. I mean, but is it fixed? Who knows? It's insane anyway. But it is in Jerry's world, and the Dallas Cowboys are so bad, and the Dallas Cowboys have been so bad all season, and to add insult to injury, they're, in my opinion, I know he's a great guy, they're great guy, but not a consistently great quarterback. Dak Prescott is injured, and they are 3-5. The Dallas Cowboys got the shit beaten out of them once again. I mean, it was quote unquote close-ish to the Atlanta Falcons, and my guy Kirk Cousins. You like that?
You like that?
How quickly things change in fantasy football.
You like that?
How quickly things change. I have said it once, and I've said it over and over and over. There are absolutely no feelings in fantasy football. My guy, Kirk Cousins, who I once cursed out. I probably cursed him out more than once. He fucked me so bad, no Bruno. He fucked me so bad, no Diddy, when he was with the Minnesota Vikings that I swore to never, ever, ever speak his name. I absolutely swore to never pick him up on my fantasy football team, for sure. But like I said, there are no feelings in fantasy football, and I picked him up, and he performed very, very well this past weekend. He got me a nice 22-point victory in my fantasy football team, and I played a friend of mine who's disappeared. If anybody knows where rapper, podcaster, TV, reality show star Joe Budden is, please let him know. I have been reaching out to him since Sunday, just trying to check in with Joe Budden. His fucking team was set on paper, but these fucking fantasy football games, just like real football, they're not won on paper. They're won on that fucking field. And Joe Budden, in my money league, he was favored by 20-something points. But my guys were like, oh, no, Joe. Fuck no, Joe. And we had what we call a fantasy football freak-off. Oh, yeah. We had a nice fantasy football freak-off. And we fucked Joe Budden's team, the quote-unquote mission. We fucked them real nice, and we fucked them real proper. No Diddy. He was supposed to beat me by 20-something points. We fucking beat his ass. My guys came out and they performed top to bottom. Tizop to Bizottom. My man Devin Achian from the Miami Dolphins. My man J.K. Diggity Dobbins. And his mama named him Ramondre. I'm going to call him Ramondre Stevenson. Those were my guys that were stuffing and puffing. Of course, the Vikings defense and Brandon with the third leg, Aubrey. My MVP, I got to say that Brandon Aubrey, my kicker from the Dallas Cowboys, he's been my MVP. I believe that he's only missed one field goal all season, if that. But my guy, Ramondre Stevenson, what a fucking name. It's Dre Day, bitch. It's Dre Day, bitch. The point is, Joe Budden, I don't know where the fuck you are. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I simply was reaching out to say hello. I simply was reaching out to check in on you, and you've disappeared. You fuck you. You won't even give me the fucking satisfaction. And I know that's why you, Mr. Mind Tricks, Jedi fucking Mind Tricks, Joe Budden. But that's why I have this medium, you fuck. You thought you were going to get away without hearing from me? Oh, no. We had a nice fantasy football freak-off with Joe Budden, and we beat his ass real nice and rickety, real proper. Oh, yeah. I don't need to go into any more details. I don't need to share any more details, but if you follow Joe Budden, ask him, how are you? And more importantly, where the fuck are you? And let him know that me, Michael Rapaport, I'm looking for you. I'm just looking for this fucking guy.
I am Rapaport Podcast.
What else is going on? Kevin Durant had another freak out. Kevin Durant is lashing out at more people. Obviously, we know the history of my little spat up with sensitive Kevin Durant, who still looks like somebody took some sandpaper to his fucking head and scrubbed it. Like, scrubbed his fucking head with sandpaper. My man's still patchy on the yard. He has attacked Stephen A. Smith, who joined him on his podcast, joined him on his bullshit show. And I don't know why Kevin Durant went after Stephen A. Smith, went after Charles Barkley. Who can criticize Kevin Durant? You're above criticism? You sensitive ass bitch? You don't like anybody criticizing you? So you attack Stephen A. Smith, said he's a clown, said he's this, that, and the third, but you had Stephen A. Smith all up on your show, all up on your podcast. You said Stephen A. Smith's opinion doesn't matter. Stephen A. Smith, no one listens to him, but then why did you have him on your show if no one listens to him and his opinion doesn't matter? The fuck is wrong with you? What are you smoking? You smoking some of that good Phoenix Maui Wowie? Why are you going after the great Stephen A. Smith, you cliche? You ain't winning a championship. Them days are over. You're going to have to ride on out into the sunset without another chip. You ain't winning a chip this year. You and the Phoenix Suns, you ain't winning a chip. You might compete. You ain't winning that chizip. Leave Stephen A. Smith alone. In another situation with a player going after a media person, Joel Embiid, who I like. Everybody likes Joel Embiid, but, you know, he's always injured. But I think he has always carried himself in a great way. Never seems like he's likable. It's hard not to like the process, the big process, Joel Embiid. Trust the process. I forgot the media person's name or the writer or the broadcaster who said something about him. But Joel Embiid, who I've been around, Joel Embiid's a big motherfucker. He's not as big as Shaq, but he's like, when you see Joel Embiid, you don't just see a 7-foot dude. That motherfucker is big, got a big ass head. No diddy. Big shoulders. Big. That motherfucker is big. And somebody said something and mentioned his brother who has passed and da-da-da-da-da. And Joel Embiid, apparently went after him in the locker room. I'm just saying, that's not a motherfucker you want coming after you. That is a giant, a straight up giant. And I root for Joel Embiid, although I don't root for the Philadelphia 76ers. But how could you not like Joel Embiid? But he's always injured, and, he doesn't necessarily say the right thing always at the right time, and ba. But that also happened. And Bronny James has scored 2 points in the NBA. The other night he was playing in Toronto, and it was like scrub bullshit minutes, and they put him in with 2 or 3 minutes to go in the game because you got to. Was it in Toronto? No, it was in it was Toronto. Yeah, it was Toronto. And Bronny James, I think his father was probably like, yo, fucking score a basket. And he fucking scored the basket. And the crowd went ape shit. And it was literally like me. It was like a charity Make-A-Wish basket. Like if they were like Michael Rapaport's dying wish is to score a basket in an NBA game. Not that the guy wasn't guarding him. It wasn't like a layup. It wasn't like one of these high school games where they put a special needs kid, no disrespect, sincerely. I mean, he, I think he put it between his legs. He might have put it behind his back. And he's, it was a deep, shot from the left side. And he scored a basket and the crowd went fucking totally nuts. And they cut down the net for him after the game. And they gave him the net literally like they would for me. If it was my last dying wish, like I've dreamt, literally, I have dreamt my whole life, in real life and in my sleep, that I play in the NBA, that I suit up in the NBA. I didn't even want to score a basket, but since I'm dying, it's my dying wish to score a basket. And they shovel me out onto the court with 2 or 3 minutes to go, and they go, go ahead, asshole, try it. And, lo and behold, I throw up something and boom, I fucking make a basket in the NBA. I would shit my pants. That has been my dream my whole life, to play in the NBA. I have that fucking dream still to this day. I had one recently. I can't remember the details. Why would I bore you with the details of another hoop dream? But Bronny James got the 2-point monkey off his back, and the G League is calling your name, Bronny James. You need to be in the fucking G League. And now LeBron James' other son, Bryce, who I guess is, a high school prospect. Now there's talk about LeBron playing with both of his sons. And Bryce, listen, I'm going to tell you what your dad ain't telling you. If you are good enough to play college basketball and potentially good enough to play in the NBA, stay away from that whole fucking thing, man. Do your own shit. Your dad's got enough. Look what they did to poor Bronny. Look what they did to your brother. They carted him out of college when he wasn't ready. Now they dumped him on the LA Lakers and he ain't ready. And it was a great story, but inevitably he's going to wind up in the G League. Do yourself a favor. Make your own decisions. Ask your mom what to do. Because your father's, he's trying to live vicariously through you. He's trying to tack you on to his story. Go as far away as you possibly can to college from that whole fucking thing. And if you're good enough to play in the NBA, make it on your own accord, because this other shit ain't going to work. Your brother ain't nice. Bronny ain't nice. They put him in the game like it was me at 54 years old. And I've said in the past, I'm all for it. But it just doesn't look good. And it's just not fair to that kid. It is not fair to that kid. But LeBron James, one of the greatest careers probably in all of sports, the greatest body of work career in the NBA, not the greatest player of all time, one of the greatest. I mean, the motherfucker, if he ain't the greatest, he's one of the greatest. He's still ridiculous. But my advice to you, Bryce James, come to Uncle Mike. I'll hook you up with some advice. I'll tell you how to avoid being part of this circus that your brother is now a part of. Speaking of living off of somebody's coattails, Malia, I think it's Malia Obama, his daughter, she made a film, and that I think it's premiering at some film festival, and she's removed Obama from her last name because she wants to carve out her own path. Sweetheart, what the fuck and how the fuck do you even think you got this far to make a film that's getting into some film festival? Because you're Martin Scorsese? You're Quentin Tarantino? No, you're Obama's daughter. You better hang on to that name for as long as you possibly can. These kids are all fucking whacked out, confused. Malia, I was going to say Malia Trump. Oh, is it Melania? No, is it Malia? I don't fact check. Malia Trump. I think it's Malia Trump. Fuck. Malia Obama. She doesn't want to keep her father's name in the credits, which is just fucked up because I know he's probably like, this little fucker, man. The only reason why she got the chance to make a film was because of me. Now you want to try to dump me off your name in the credits? As if we don't know who your father and who your mother actually are. And speaking of movies, Teri Garr, the great actress Teri Garr, who had such a great career and was such a unique actress. And I was talking about her the other day because I was talking about the film After Hours, which I definitely strongly recommend, directed by Martin Scorsese, and Teri Garr was in that, young Teri Garr. And of course, Teri Garr broke out in the ginormous, successful film Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman. And she was just such a unique, likable, quirky, weird, beautiful, fun, funny actress. And she had a weird sense of humor. And just the way she delivered lines, you never really know how she was going to deliver lines. And she just had a great career and just such a, like I said, just unique. It's just some actors and actresses. She was in Dumb and Dumber. She was funny as shit in that. Some actors and actresses, they just have a thing about them, a je ne sais quoi. And Teri Garr absolutely had that in spades and was beautiful. And I never met her. I never saw her, but I was a fan of hers for so many years. And she just had a great career and was just beloved. And people had such good things to say about Teri Garr, who, like I said, I remember her first in Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman, which was such a huge hit when it came out. But the great, unique Teri Garr has passed away. And if you've never seen Tootsie, watch that. If you've never seen After Hours, you should definitely, again, watch that because that's a unique, underrated, underappreciated film. And, acting is, so much of acting is just, there's different kind of actors. There's actors that are like, they morph into the characters. There's actors that, become the characters. There's actors that do incredible accents. And then there's actors that bring so much of themselves to the performances. Christopher Walken, what he does is, not to say that he's not a highly skilled actor, but what he does, his delivery, his voice, his look, his cadence, specifically his cadence, that's Christopher Walken. You can't write that shit. You can't predict that. That's just him. And not to say that Teri Garr is Christopher Walken, but she had that same thing, just like Teri Garr is going to bring her Teri Garr thing. And it's unpredictable. And she definitely had that. So it was sad to hear of her passing. Anyway, I am done. Like I said, no matter what happens, and I've said it once and I'll say it again, I truly don't give a fuck. I could give two shits who you voted for. Do not let this election get you into any trouble. Do not let this election ruin any relationships. Do not let this election affect you beyond the day of the election. You want to be upset about it? Cool. You want to be frustrated about it? Cool. But stay safe, stay sane, and absolutely keep your fucking head on a swivel for the next 48 to 72 hours because it's going to be wacky. Okay? It is going to be wacky, but stay safe, stay sane, stay disruptive. It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I am done. Miles Jordan, a.k.a. the Bleach Brothers, a.k.a. the Dunce Brothers. Take me at it with something real nice. Take me at it with something real loud. But most importantly, end this puppy with something real funky. It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Lickety, I'm out.